Looks like I am live. Trying this live stream out for the first time with headphones and a microphone attached. We'll see how this works. Okay, give me just a sec to bring up the piece that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be working on a print today. And I'm going to share the screen. I'll share this. Good. Brought it up like I thought it would. Excellent. Okay. Hi, Jessica. Good to see you again. How have you been? I haven't done a live stream for a long while, so it's good to see you. Just drinking water this time. I might make tea later. Who knows? On a more personal note, I actually made a cheesecake for the first time earlier this week. It turned out pretty okay. We're going to zoom in and we're going to start on the face before we get to the wings. There we go. The lasso tool has been a lifesaver for me for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks with client work and some of my personal work that I do. Yeah. We're just going to redraw that. That's better. All of the comments about cheesecake. I love it. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. Glad that you can make it. I am here working on this Valkyrie piece. This is just a personal project of mine, but one of my goals this year was to make 5 new prints, preferably large ones, like 11 by 17 or larger. This is the first. There we go. Sometimes you just got to flip it in order to get the line that you want. To flip the canvas, all you got to do, at least in Clip Studio Paint, is you go over to this little menu on the right, and then you hit this button. Boom. If I wanted to flip it vertically, I could hit this button, but I have no need for that one right now. Watch, as soon as I say that, suddenly I'll have a need for it whenever I get to drawing up the wings. Those of you who are curious, I have a TikTok now. Every once in a while, I'll post time lapse of some of the littler things that I do. Been doing a lot of Dragon Ball Z art over there too. If you want to find me on TikTok, I'm at Kelsey DC. That's Kelsey spelled Kelci. I know I jumped on the TikTok bandwagon a little late, but now it's my new favorite way to like waste time. Well, waste time is maybe not the right way to put it, but it's one of my favorite ways to like spend downtime. There we go. That's it. That's a little too far. There we go. Rotate the canvas because I can tell this line is going to be a pain in the butt. Oh, excuse me a sec. Oh, excuse me. I just finished eating some hot chili, so that cleared my sinuses. Can I has cheesecake? Reference to Skullgirls. You know what? Skullgirls is one of those things that I have not gotten into yet, but I really want to get into it because I dig the art aesthetic for it. Too wide. Maybe? I don't, there we go. Cool. Also, if Solar Flare and Jessica are actual roommates, that's like the coolest like coincidence ever. Because you two are the most common people that I see in the chat whenever I live stream on YouTube, which I really appreciate your support. Thank you. I thought about inviting Ben or Angela on today, but we just finished making art for this anthology that all three of us are a part of, and I wanted to give them a break. If we've been working on an anthology together, all about cryptids. Stay tuned for more updates on that. We're looking to launch a Kickstarter sometime in I don't know, sometime in the next month or two. Oh, Jessica was talking about the roommate behind me. Okay. Jessica says hi. Hi. She's just chilling. Eating cereal. We have an entire box of Reese's Puffs, the best cereal, aside from Golden Grams. I personally enjoy Golden Grams. Because we're adults, we eat what we want. Speaking of eating what we want, I actually tried something absolutely ridiculous the other day, or at least ridiculous by your mother's standards. I put marshmallows and chocolate syrup on cheesecake. It was actually really good. Uh, Definitely diabetes, but it was delicious. Highly recommend. Swoop. Yeah. That was the most effortless swoop I have ever done. Swoop. Nope. Swoop. Ah. No, I don't like how that swoop turned out. Swoop. No. Yes! There we go. Okay. One of my other New Year's goals is doing more animatics, which will be interesting because I don't know how to make animatics right now. So I'm looking into how to do that. I know that Clip Studio Paint has some animation tools. I just haven't used them yet. So that'll be interesting. God, why can't this? There we go. There. I don't like it. I don't like that line. I don't like how it turned out. I'm going to try that again. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. I will say drawing digitally a lot more often, especially for work, has really affected how I sketch in my sketchbook. A lot of my pencil drawings are a lot more sloppy lately. I think, anyway. Try that again. Cool. Okay. Should I draw the ankle divot in this boot or not? I don't know. Let's draw the rest of the foot first, and then we'll turn the pencil layer off and see how it looks. There we go. Okay. There we go. That'll work. I think I can tweak this boot. There we go. Almost forgot. Okay. Off. Oh, I gotta switch this to refer other layers, or else it's gonna turn the entire canvas black, which I don't want right now. There we go. Heck yeah, looking pretty good so far. So let's see how this looks with this. Okay. Okay. We'll leave that be for now. Okay. Oh, let's get this other arm and then we'll work on the wings. So with 2021 being an entirely new year to give things a try, Does anybody have any New Year's goals that they want to share? I hesitate to say resolutions, but like, what are some goals that you have for the new year? I feel like that hand is too small. Okay. That's better. Figuring out the best way to tackle this angle. Because that needs to be a bit bigger. There we go. A friend and I do art all the time, and we are very lazy saying words. So instead of art, we say ert. I get that. So sometimes words are just absolutely unnecessary. Sometimes all you can do is just go, meh. I would use the straight line tool, but I did not use the straight line tool with the other sword, and I didn't want to try to keep this stylistically consistent. So, puzzle solving in real time action. There we go. Yes. Just curious, Solar Flare, what kind of art have you and your friend who say "ert"? What have you both been drawing? I'm curious. Let me know. Yeah, that checks. Cool. I was just making sure that the angles made sense. There we go. Yes. Good. Yes. Excellent. That works. Okay. You know what? I think I'll keep the swords, like, because of who this character is and the backstory behind these swords. I'm going to keep these swords looking stylistically dissimilar from each other. There we go. Because one sword is inherited from their mother, the other one is inherited from their father, and they both have two different swords. Here we go. Okay. Wish me luck. I'm about to ink in the wings. Once I had some reference material, these were fun to draw. I'm a little intimidated inking this son of a bitch. Pardon my language. Ooh, learning to make stickers this week. Just bought one of those fancy printers, so I got to get up to speed. LOL. I feel that. This drawing is awesome already. So good. I didn't even notice it had wings too. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me zoom out a little bit actually, so that you can see. Whoosh. Yes. I dig it. I cannot wait to see this thing when it's in full color. I have plans. Well, color might be a strong word. It's going to be largely monochrome piece. like it's going to be like one color scheme with maybe one or two other colors to make it pop. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Nope. Maybe. Close. Nope. There we go. That works. Let's actually rotate the canvas this way and see if that works better. Kinda. There we go. I think I know what printer you're talking about, though, Lauren. Is it like one of those Cricut printers? I have a friend of mine and somebody that I follow on TikTok who uses those to make stickers. So good luck with that. Um, the stickers turn out gorgeous. I just have no idea how the machine works. So good luck with your machine learning. There we go. Okay. I see now. There's like 2 or 3 different rows of feathers. Okay. It's been long enough since I've drawn caricatures. I might do some caricatures just to keep up with the practice of it. Because I used to do caricatures at amusement parks for like 3 years before I started doing this stuff. And sometimes I'll still do caricatures at like parties. Obviously, did not do that last year. Probably not going to do it again this year. Full disclosure, probably not going to go to comic conventions this year. But I am looking to do more Kickstarter campaigns to make up for less public appearances. Which, while I'm thinking about it, expect a Kickstarter for The Legend of Jamie Roberts sometime in the next 2-3 weeks ish. Definitely after page 100. Page 100 is coming up soon. I'm super excited about that. 100 pages of my passion project. It's so awesome. Yeah, there we go. Not quite that wide. There we go. I'm going to do a little cheat once I get done inking this particular wing in to make life a little easier. You'll see it once we get to that point. I'm not doing it yet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure this is amusing for some of you, but like, geez. There. There. That's better. What is it though? Gosh dang it. There. Maybe. There. Okay. There. I'm done with that line. I'm not touching it again. Hecky. Okay. There we go. Oh, I almost forgot about that poop. Okay. There. Woo. Okay. Hold on. Okay. For some reason in the pencil drawing, I had this row of feathers pointing downwards, but it really doesn't need to do that. It needs to angle a bit more between like this row and this row. So we're going to go off the reservation here. I'm a little surprised that Carlos isn't here yet. He usually makes an appearance. My New Year's goals is to try to finish my species and my first character of the species. Cynthia is the character of the species. It's fun making it, but I'm lazy. It's a good New Year's goal to have, though. Ben is doing 2 panels for a virtual con today. I caught some of the first panel before this stream. Yes, I did see that. He's doing some panels for OhioCon. Yeah, so, I mean, if you want to go see those panels, I mean, you can. This will get archived later. But if you have any questions for me in the live chat, this is the best time to like ask me so that I can answer. But yes, I did see that Ben was doing some panels for OhioCon because OhioCon is all virtual this year. Smart on them to do that too. I'm almost wondering if Wrathacon is going to be all virtual this year too. I'm kind of hoping that they are, because I thought they did the virtual con thing pretty well, all things considered. They had a Discord server. They had like a schedule of live streams happening in lieu of panels. And they had links to people's online storefronts as part of their like artist alley page, which is pretty cool. With the Kickstarter for The Legend of Jamie Roberts, that's going to be happening next month. I'll just go ahead and say that. It's happening next month. Don't know when exactly next month, but next month. But for the campaign for Jamie Roberts, I'm going to put a little more oomph into it. Not too much. I'm not going to make a video or anything. I've never made videos for any of my Kickstarters, and they make their goals, and it's just fine. But I don't want to put a little bit more oomph into it. I usually keep my Kickstarter pages like super duper basic, but I do want to add a little bit more flair for next time. I'm also trying to think of other like other prizes that could be Kickstarter exclusive. I do still have some like dragon baby framed paintings that really need a new home, so I might just re-offer that as a reward this time around. I had originally drawn them as part of my Kickstarter for Dragons, a sketchbook, but there's still a couple others left, and Legend of Jamie Roberts does have dragons. Eventually, they show up in a flashback scene in chapter 2, and they're going to make an appearance later on in the story. So it does have dragons, just not obvious ones yet. There we go. One of my other New Year's goals is to make 5 new mini comics. Part of the reason for that was because I was restocking some stuff for Quimby's, a indie bookstore based in Chicago. They specialize in zines and mini comics and indie publications of that sort. And I was getting some restocks ready for them, and I realized a lot of the stuff that I have in the mini comics department is old, like 5 years old. So I really need to make some new stuff. I have some ideas. Primarily like I'm gonna redraw this there, but primarily some like extra bonus stuff for the Legend of Jamie Roberts, like some lore, some myths that pass around in the land of Korith, little mini comics of that sort of thing. Kind of like in the vein of the Legend of Norsa, the mini comic that I have that's all about Queen Norsa and how cool she is. Stuff like that. Might do more mini comics like that, just to flesh out the world of Jamie Roberts a little bit better. There we go. That is one wing. And before I fill in this gap, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. But this is going to make life so much easier. Copy, paste, and then we're going to flip the selection and move it. And then we're going to shrink it down a bit because, well, shrink it and rotate it. There we go. Rotating it ever so slightly, and then scaling it down a little bit more. Almost. Yes. Good, good. Okay, excellent. Shimmy it over here. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yes, good, excellent. Okay. I'm going to deselect that. And then we're going to change this. We're going to turn the pencil layer off, and then we're going to put this ink layer at 50% opacity so that I know what lines from this layer to erase. I've gotten very good at this. Because like this is part of what I do with never-ending work is I copy paste, I rearrange stuff, I change the opacity on layers, and I erase lines. I mean, yes, I do concept stuff, but a whole lot of the concept stuff is knowing what keyboard shortcuts will get you what results. All right, I'm going to turn this back up to 100, but we're going to change this layer to 50%. There we go. I think for the purposes of minimizing tangents, I will erase that line. There we go. It's never a good idea to have tangents. Merge it down, and there we go. Thank you very much, Jessica. I'm digging how this is looking so far, too. All right, I'm going to zoom in right around here, and I'll flesh out the wings a little bit more. I don't have a sketch for this part, so I'm winging it. Winging it because I'm drawing wings and I must stop. Okay. Oh, I have an idea. We're going to make a new layer. We're going to set this one to about 50%. Here we go. Sweet. Race. Here we go. We're going to do the same over here. Yeah. This is also how I did a lot of the Mothman short story comic that I did for the cryptid anthology that I mentioned earlier in the stream. I made a 12-page short story about the Mothman, and it's primarily in black and white. There was a whole lot of fiddling with layer opacity to get the inks where I wanted them to. I'm going to flip the canvas because there we go. Yeah, look at that. You might be wondering, why did you draw those lines if you're just going to erase them anyway? It was to give me an idea of where to swoop the things. There we go. Yes, look at this. So pretty. I love it. Okay, and now is the part where we begin putting in flat colors. There's a part of me that already wants to get into like the dynamic lighting, but we're not going to get there yet. We got to do the flat colors first. This time we're going to put the color flats on the layer below inks. Usually what I do is I put the color flats above the inks and set it to multiply, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to keep it under the inks and have it set on normal, because multiply changes how some colors sit, primarily paler colors. And we're going to have some pale colors in this piece. First, though, there is a reason why their skin is not like any kind of skin tone that is familiar. So, in the lore of the story that this character is from, um, their mother is a Valkyrie, so that means that they're Valkyrie by default because it runs down the mother line. But their father had this ability where he had like this rage form, like barbarians do. And anytime that he tapped into this rage form, his skin would turn like completely black, like midnight. I didn't want to go completely black yet because we're just working in the color flat phase and we still have to shade this thing. But I wanted to get a general idea down first. Okay. They're wearing leggings that are about that color. So, yeah, about that color. There's going to be some texture to it too. So, we'll add the texture later. Texture is going to be on a separate layer. We're not going to worry about that yet. We're just doing color flats. And boots are going to be about here-ish. Ish. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I have an idea. I picked this trick up from a co-artist with Never Ending. You just highlight the blank space and then you hit this little button, which is invert selected area. Go to the paint bucket tool and click refer only to editing layer, and then boom, fills in the entire thing. No weird little white gaps, just fills it in completely. I love it. I don't really like that color for the boots though, so let's try this one. That's better. And if you keep it to refer only to editing layer and you click on the one color, it affects just that one color. Be careful though, I've had it happen in the past where if there's two colors that are relatively close to each other in hue, and then you hit refer only to editing layer and you click on just one, it can affect its neighbor too. So exercise caution. The dress was originally going to be black. We'll give black a try and see how that turns out, or at least a shade of gray. See, this is what I mean. Whenever I say two colors that are like adjacent to each other, if I hit refer only to editing layer and I tried to change it to like, I don't know, this, it's going to do that. So again, exercise caution. Did I get all the spots? Oh, there. Something that can help too whenever you're working with dark colors like this, change the layer opacity to like 75. That'll help you catch stuff too. I'm going to change that back to 100 though, just for now. Okay. So far. And okay. I'll think about the sword colors, but right now I have ideas for the wings. Okay. Because they're going to be two colors. Oh, at least two primary colors. I was just picturing in my head where I wanted those colors to sit. Again, we're just working in color flats. So we're not going to worry about getting it perfect. Eventually, when I get to the highlighting stage, I want these wings to glow. Okay. Wait, I think these are pin feathers, the longer ones here. No. Pin feathers are when a feather is growing back in. That's a pin feather. These are something else entirely. I think primaries. I don't know my bird anatomy. If you know your bird anatomy, leave a comment. I have no idea. Okay. There. And the way I'm coloring the wings so fast is that I press and hold down the paint bucket tool with my tablet pen. That's how I'm doing that. That was one of those tricks that I picked up on my own. I was like, oh my God, this is so much faster. I would have done that inverse selection thing again to color in these wings, but that that would have affected this sword. And I did not want to affect this sword yet. Also, it would have affected the mid layer of wing feathers. And I'm going to play with those here in a minute. I didn't think about this until I started coloring this in just now. I'm thinking about having this row be some color merging between the gray and the gold. This is one of those things, though, that's like, I didn't think of this idea until I started working on the piece. I knew in my mind that the figure was going to be holding this pose and the wings would be doing this. The colors, though, were like a flexible thing. Like, I'll figure it out whenever I work on it. I did know that the skin was going to be black like this, though, because of the character in the narrative. Okay. Thinking of the best way to combine these colors. Let's try changing the paint bucket opacity to 50%. Heck yeah, that'll do it. Back up to 100, because that got me the colors that I wanted. And then a pew, pew. Pew, pew. Not pew. There we go. Oh, thinking about Ben's panels. If I were to take a wager, I would imagine that one of them is about how to write mystery comics, because I know that's one of his go-to panels. But let me know in the comments what his other one is. Okay, let me see. Okay, so far so good. I'm digging it so far. Save progress. Okay, the swords though. Well, before I get to the swords. Carlos made it! Good! I was getting worried there for a minute. I was like, oh no, where's Carlos? He's usually here. I'm glad to see you, my dude. I hope you're safe. Because I know that you're in the DC area, or at least DC adjacent. Not to get too political, but I'm going to say this anyway. Oh my God, I could finally relax. But that's all I'm going to say about that. This is not a podcast or a live stream about politics. This is me drawing a Valkyrie. Good. Carlos is safe. Good. I'm glad to hear it, dude. Let's see here. Now, the thing about the swords is, like I said earlier in the stream, one sword was their mother's, another sword was their father's. And their mother and father had two different color schemes. But they are still, like, black and white-ish. Well, one sword was more black and white. The other one had more of a gold tinge. Excuse me. Okay, let's try this. Okay. For this one, I'm going to do that inverse selected area thing that I did earlier. So, yes, good. Okay, that's good for that one. Or at least that's a good start for that one. I might fiddle with it some more. Mm. Thinking about the colors again. How about I approach them? Uh, nope. Forgot I still had it on refer to editing layer. When I said before that if you click refer only to editing layer and you hit an area, it fills up the entire canvas regardless of what lines there are. That's what I meant. Uh, hmm. No. Yes, there. Good. Yeah, good. Okay. You know what? I should use more bluish grades rather than yellowish grades. Hmm. We're going to change this to 75. There we go. There we go. That'll work, at least for now. Change that back. I feel like that little bit of blue helps it pop already. So that was a good call. But I was just thinking about that because like this character is really like a color combination of their mother's colors and their father's colors, and their mother's colors are more gold and yellows, and their father's is more dark blues and blacks. So I wanted the colors to like mash together for this particular character design. I can't have the idea of Daddy Sword out of my head. I feel like there is a Soul Eater joke in there somewhere, but I haven't seen enough Soul Eater to make that joke. Bring that up to about there-ish. Oh, we're gonna do that one trick again. Hold on. Selection. Boom. Yes. Good. Yes. Excellent. Huh. That works better than I thought it would. Okay. Now. Ooh, the highlighting. Okay. Trying to think of the best way to go about it. Hmm. Okay. First, I need to pick my glow light, which is going to be about. Hold on. Let me test it. No, needs to be a bit more. Okay, that could work. First of all, we're gonna. That's going to be the test stroke because we're going to go into the layer options here. We're not going to do multiply. Multiply is going to do that. That is not what I want it to do. Color burn? No, that's not what I want. Linear burn? No. Subtract? Nope. Lighten. I feel like that's about the same. Hold on. Normal. Yeah, that didn't really do anything. So, screen? Maybe screen. work. Hold on. Let me test the thing. This isn't the final brush strokes. I'm just testing this to see how the color is going to sit, how the highlight color is going to sit on the flat colors. I'm not sure that I like this. I mean, screen is a good go too. I did use screen layers whenever I did a Five Nights at Freddy's piece way back in the day, but I don't think I'm going to do that here. Oh wait, what about hard light? That could work. Could work. Pin light? Okay, I had never worked with pin light before, so I had no idea what it was going to do. Linear light? I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Nope. Nope. Don't like that. I don't like that either. There we go. A hard light it is. We're gonna select that entire thing and we're gonna delete it. To delete an entire selection, just lasso tool, wrap it around it, and then hit the delete button. And there you go. Okay. Wait. Refer. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Okay. That did not do what I thought it would do. Okay. Okay, now that we've got that, we'll go in and we're gonna erase. Erase some stuff. Or hold on. Do the trick. Yes, indeed, I do the trick. You know what, though? Make a new layer down here. Call it flat background. And if we're only to editing layer, we're going to do a black. And we're going to set it to 50% opacity for now. Though doing that, I'm going to need to change the color flats on here. So turn that off. Going to do the wand trick again because. And there we go. That took care of that. Oh, hold on. Just gonna touch this back up a little bit. There we go. There. Cool. Okay, now having this flat background color is going to help with figuring out this glow layer. We're gonna try something else. Call this layer glow 2. Uh, let's try airbrushing. Get back in this layer so I can get the color that I want. Dude. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's not the one I want. Nope. That's closer. I think that. So let's just widen the brush a bit and do this. Nope. Just nah. Nah. Whole lot of nah. What about this one? There we go. That's closer to what I want. Then that reflects on their skin and their clothes as well, which was the effect that I wanted. Yes, this was what effect I wanted to see. Let's shrink the brush down a bit so that we can do some highlights on the skin here. Nope. And also on the sword and the dress. This is turning out so pretty. And I haven't even gotten into the shadows yet. Oh boy, the shadows are going to make this pop so much. Okay. You know what would have been fitting as background noise? The Ring of the Nibelungen playing in the background. I just thought of that. Ride of the Valkyries, aka Kill the Wabbit. Yeah, look at that. So pretty. And I haven't even gotten into the shadows yet. I'm going to add some highlights to the hair, though, just to get that there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do shadows on a multiply, but the opacity of the layer changed a bit. That's my usual go-to. What we're going to do it a wee bit differently. I wonder. I'll have to think about whether I want to change the opacity of the color flat layer or not, but right now, let's see. I'm actually going to use the complement of blue to shade the blue. Try to make this a little easier on my senses here. We're going to turn the color flat layer off, actually, so that I can see what I'm shading in. There, and the glow layer to help with where exactly the shadow is going to sit. You know, they're supposed to have eyebrows. I'm going to get that real quick. I almost wonder if this looks better without eyebrows. Hmm. Okay, I'm not really noticing a big difference either way. So, with eyebrows it is. Back to shading this in. Nope, that's the wrong layer. There we go. That's better. You might be wondering, why am I leaving this side of the face inked in even though it's under hair? And the answer is because I wanna. Highlights coming in on both sides of the arms over here. So ah, that's the secret for sorts. You use the blend tool. Do it that way. How are things recently, aside the recent DC events? So, at least for me, I mentioned earlier that I made a cheesecake for the first time earlier this week. It turned out pretty good. It even included in the recipe a chocolate chip crust. So there's chocolate chips inside the crust as well as the cheesecake, and it was good. It was good. I think I made the crust a little bit too thick, though. I don't know. So next time that I make cheesecake, I will keep that in mind. Aside from that, it's been an antsy kind of week, if only because I had finished a 12-page short story comic on Tuesday, but I've not had the mental bandwidth to tackle a page of The Legend of Jamie Roberts. Now, I did have some buffer in place, so that helps. um, so that helps with the schedule, but I'm going to be working on page 100 this weekend, which what's live right now is page 98, so I'm a little ahead. Crust too thick is never bad. I mean, not really. Nah. Nah, thick crust is never a problem. I mean, it's what makes pizza good. And if you like thin crust pizza, neat. But I much prefer my thick THICC crust on my pizza. And also, it has to be round. It must be round. I do not believe in square pizza. Square pizza is an abomination on this earth. I will fight you on that. I have very strong feelings about square pizza. It's so frustrating though because I lived in a neck of the woods in Southeast Ohio where, for some godforsaken reason, square pizza was the pizza to eat. Like, everybody ate square pizza, and I'm like, why? Pizza is not meant to be square. And every square pizza that I had, it was extra greasy and extra cheesy, and like there was barely any crust at all. And it was just like, this isn't even a pizza. It's an abomination on this earth that does not deserve to be called pizza. Pizza is an art, gosh dang it. Sorry, I have very strong feelings about square pizza. As for my plans for the rest of the day, I'm going to be doing the final touches on this. I have a few more hours that I need to clock for studio time for Never Ending, and then working on Legend of Jamie Roberts. And I've been thinking, though, about taking tomorrow, because I keep Sundays off. I'm thinking about taking tomorrow and rearranging my bedroom. Thing again. But I'm thinking about rearranging my bedroom because I'm really tired of the sunlight beaming in on my face in the mornings. I think I'll add a little here. Oh, every once in a while, my roommate Alex will play Naruto in the background. She's not playing it right now. She left probably to not hear me talk to the camera, but uh, every once in a while she'll play Naruto, and I'll catch bits and pieces in the background while I work, even with the headphones on. Although the headphones help cancel out noise, but once in a while I'll catch like pieces of Naruto. Um, and I will say, even as somebody who never grew up with Naruto, who only caught bits and pieces of it because of somebody else watching it in the room, and as somebody who is somewhat familiar with shonen anime tropes, Sasuke is a dick. Like, I do not like Sasuke. I am not surprised that there are people who are fanboys of his or fangirls of his. Those people are monsters. Just throwing that out there. Like, do not like Sasuke. Catching up on comments real quick. A break from 12 pages is always good. I know, like, and especially on like a deadline crunch. I mean, we impose the deadline on ourselves, but like, oh my god, I'm not sure that I would do 12 pages on that type of deadline ever again. Um, I give Detroit Square Pizza a pass because it's from the working class. You know what? That's valid. That's valid. I have not tried Detroit Square Pizza. One day I will try it. One day. I also just love I believe it because like as somebody who only had like a passing knowledge of Naruto before my roommate started watching it again, um, I heard bits and pieces, and like every other bit and piece that I heard was just Naruto screaming, "Believe it!" And I'm like, is that the only thing that you can say? Is that really the only what? I understand that catchphrases are a thing, but like, can you say anything else? It's like, oh my heavens. No, honestly, Naruto over Sasuke though. Like Sasuke is a dick. Here we go. Okay, good. Just making sure that my paint bucket tool was on the correct setting before I filled in any spaces. We're good. We're good. Whew. Okay. We're gonna do a thing. Uh, we're gonna put this tweak, and then we're gonna do a thing. It's a thing. We are going to fill in this area, and then we're going to use the eraser tool to put the highlights in, rather than trying to work around the highlights. Sometimes it's just easier to fill in a spot and then just sculpt with your eraser. It's really just easier a lot of the time to do it that way. Cool, cool. I dig it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even shade in that other. Just, dang it. I really need to fix that. Hold on. Let me know what anime you grew up with, if you grew up with anime at all. Let me know in the comments. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, much to the chagrin of like literally every teenage girl or like every girl that I knew in middle school. Like no girl in middle school understood why I liked Dragon Ball Z. Like I was teased relentlessly for it, and it wasn't until high school that I rediscovered it. Honestly, though, with regards to Dragon Ball Z, manga way better than the anime because like the anime is not very well paced. I think that's an open secret. The anime is not well paced, but the manga is. It's like a masterclass in pacing. The manga version of Dragon Ball Z is. Also, fun fact for those of you who may not know, um, in the manga in Japan, there is no distinction between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. They are all the same series. So if you're looking at like the front facing volumes of Dragon Ball Z and you see these numbers, that's like, huh, this is supposed to be volume 17 of Dragon Ball Z, but the cover says 36. That's because it's volume 36 of Dragon Ball in Japan. It's just in the States, there's a separation between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Um, Largely because the anime did it, and the anime did it to signify, oh, Dragon Ball is when Goku was a kid, Dragon Ball Z is when Goku is an adult. Oh, catching up on contents. Sasuke is the James Dean of anime. I really need to see more James Dean films, but like, you know what? I believe you. Rock Lee over everyone. You know what? After seeing bits and pieces of Rock Lee is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, Rock Lee's pretty cool. Like, even with the bushy eyebrows, like the bushy eyebrows help him stand out in a character design sense. You grew up with Speed Racer, Robotech, Dragon Ball Z, Trigun, and Cowboy Bebop. I definitely grew up with those last three. Um, I would catch bits and pieces of Speed Racer, but I never like sat down and watched it like all the way through. Never saw Robotech. Just I don't know how I never saw Robotech, but it just never popped up. Um, but like yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Trigun, and Cowboy Bebop for sure. I did not see Trigun from beginning to end until I was an adult, though. And I gotta say, you gotta watch it from beginning to end. It's so good. It's such a good anime. Like, you've really gotta muscle through the first, like, 6 episodes. Largely because the voice acting is meh. Like, there's parts of the voice acting in the first 6 episodes of Trigun that are good. And then there are voice acting bits that are just not good. You gotta muscle through the weird voice acting quirks, but it is still a very good anime. In the English dub, I've not seen the Japanese. I know that there are people who are like sub over dub, but like sub. I'm too lazy. What dub? I'm too lazy for sub. And sometimes, like with the case of Cowboy Bebop, the dub is better. Mm, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, now for the leg. Oh, speaking of anime, I would catch bits and pieces of Sailor Moon, the original dub of it. I kind of want to watch the series now with a better dub because, to my understanding, there is a better dub for it now. Um, like, I want to see a version of the dub where there's an actually canon lesbian couple and not that they're cousins. Of all of the corrections that you could make, why make them cousins? That's just weird. Like, really says a lot about Americans whenever you look at two really close ladies and instead of thinking, oh, those are lesbians, you think, oh, those are cousins. I've been catching up a lot on British history, and I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's a Britishism. And also catching up on, because I follow Overly Sarcastic Productions, they just recently released a video of the um, Atlantic exploration and the history leading up to Christo Cumbo, as people like to jokingly call him. Um, but like looking at that, like I did not know that the royals who founded Spain in like the 1500s, like they combined the kingdoms of Aragon and Castile, and then that was how Spain was made. Like the two royals who married each other were actually cousins, which that's some casual incest there. Gross. Ooh, Promare is on HBO Max for anyone who hasn't snagged that free trial. Snag it. Promare is good. Promare is so good. Chloe, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments because Alex and I were actually kind of confused about because you lent us your copy of Promare on DVD, and I know that you said you have the deluxe version. Um, so like, are we keeping this one? I would like some clarification on that. Please let me know, Chloe. I don't know. But like we tried to give it back to you and you were like, oh no, you can hold on to it. And it's like, are you low key gifting us this? We need to know. I mean, Promare is a very good anime. One of my favorites. But like, if it's a gift, please let us know. It's such a mystery right now. Oh, circling back to how the kingdoms of Aragon and Castile got married because they were cousins. It's not incest if it's royal. That's a very Habsburgian logic there, my dude. Oh God, the Habsburgs. That was such a colossal mess. Like, oof. Although thinking about royals, I just love this casual story that somebody shared in a YouTube comment section once. Because sometimes I'll look at the YouTube comment section and there's some surprisingly wholesome stories in there, depending on what channel you go to. But there was one channel where somebody was like, I was walking around in Denmark and suddenly there's this little old lady in a carriage and she comes out and she starts talking to us and she asks if we're visiting on a holiday and where we're staying and what sights we've seen and all that stuff. And I thought that she was rather pleasant. And then she got back into her carriage and she rode off. And then one of my companions went, oh, yes, that was our queen. Like, so casual. I love casual royalty. It makes me so happy. Okay, I think it might be all of the shades. Oh, wait. Very finely sculpted, this one. That works. Let me see where the highlights are sitting on the ear. Okay. I'm going to change the color flat opacity. 95's a bit better. Okay. There we go. 90. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. I'll have to print test this, but I do like how the colors sit now. That is so much better. Oh, turn the background on, and yes! Look at that. I might add another layer of shades just to make it really pop, but I really like how this turned out. Look at this. So pretty. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Save progress. Okay. And I think this piece is done. I was thinking about adding another layer of shadows, but like, I like this as is. I think I'll leave it here. Sign it. Heck yeah. All right. I was not expecting to be like completely done with the print by the end of the stream, but like, here we go. And usually I wrap it up at around 3, but I think I'll just wrap it up here for today. So yeah, thank you for joining me while I drew this here Valkyrie. Stay tuned. I'm going to make this a print. Like, I'm thinking 11 by 17 at least, or 17 by 11 because it's landscape dimensions here. But yes, I'm thinking about making this print. Ooh. Yes, party streamers everywhere. Yes, I'm so pleased with how this turned out. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit more. I'm actually gonna turn my face off so that you can get. And there we go. Okay. Well, Los, I wanted to be off the stream so that you could get a better view of the print without my face in the way, so that the screen could get a little bit bigger, so that you could see more details. Like, I'm so pleased with this. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. It's so pretty. Look at this. It's so pretty. Look at this. Look at this. It's so pretty. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. But yes, I will be making this into a 17 by 11 print. Stay tuned for news on that. You know what? I'm going to touch up. I'm going to touch up the highlights over here. So we're going to put in the glow 2, and we're going to actually get the eraser, and we're going to do soft eraser. That way it doesn't affect the other highlights too much. There. We're just going to clean this up a tad. Try to get it more symmetrical-ish with the other side. Yeah, look at that. That's better. At least in my eyes. Oh, I'm gonna get down here too. Yeah. Oh, down here too. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, so pretty. I love it. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Look at this masterpiece. Huh. I'm just so pleased. I'm so tickled with how this turned out. Okay. Oh, I think I'll make a victory cup of tea. Incidentally, oh, very nice. Always amazing with the artwork. Thank you. Yes, Lauren sees a lot of the art that I post, especially for Neverending. Lauren and I work on Neverending together. But yes, it's just nice to, you know, take a break and work on a personal project like this. It's so nice. I love it. I love it so much. This was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, the next time that I do a stream, I'll do another print. I have ideas. I have ideas of what I'm going to draw for the next live stream, but next live stream is going to be a bit later. Um, Probably 2 weeks from now. We'll see. Stay tuned on my social media. Um, you can find all of my links at linktree/KelseyD. At least that's where my Instagram and my Tumblrs are. You can find me on TikTok at KelseyDC, and that's Kelsey spelled Kelci. Um, I say that because TikTok's a little weird as far as posting a link to your TikTok page on your link tree. So, like, just look up Kelsey DC on TikTok and you'll eventually find me. My icon is Janemba, the Janemba that I drew the last time that I was doing a live stream. Um, I'll go ahead and throw this out here too. Looking at this, I am available for commissions. Any chance to not drive DoorDash shifts are hugely appreciated. So I am available to draw commissions because the more time that I spend drawing commissions, the less time I spend on the road. My rates are available at coffee.com/KelseyD Crawford/commissions. The link is at the bottom of the screen there. My rates and examples are all there on that menu. Also, just if you feel like giving me a tip, just go to coffee.com/KelseyD Crawford. I accept tips. Hugely appreciated. Thank you so much. Next live stream, keep an eye on social media. I'll be making announcements. I have an email newsletter. You can find that link down in the description on YouTube. And hold on, brainstorming, seeing if there's any other announcements. Also, check out beneverending.com because we got some cool stuff happening. We're looking to implement, because, okay, if you've never heard the Neverending pitch, Neverending is a site where you can build your own characters, and we're looking to build tools so that you can then put those characters that you build into animations. Pretty cool. The nose, get that pretty art. Yes, get it. Get it. I also have a store in Bshop, so if you're like, oh man, I really want to support your art, but I don't have enough to get a commission, I do have prints and comics for sale too. Link is going to be in my link tree. Link tree is down in the description on YouTube. Oh, you know what? I'll just bring the banner up for that too. Linktree/KelseyD. It has the link to my online store. It has coffee. It has my social media links. It has my email newsletter sign up. Everything's there. Announcements. Oh, I was talking about Be Neverending. I sidetracked really hard. So, yeah, Neverending. That's the pitch for Neverending. We're a character builder, and we're looking to build tools so that you can put those characters into animations that you make to tell your own stories. We're adding a lot of really cool stuff in the next couple of weeks. I mean, we're releasing new stuff every week, but we are looking to implement like amputations and prosthetics and other cool designs like battle wheelchairs and things like that. So check that out at beneverending.com. Link is also going to be on the link tree. Yeah, we're looking to implement a lot of really cool stuff, and we're always taking feedback from the users. You can follow us on Twitter. At pretty sure it's Neverending. I'm not on Twitter. Pretty sure you can find the Twitter link at beneverending.com though. All of our social media links are there. As far as what I will be up to in the next few weeks, I'm going to keep updating The Legend of Jamie Roberts, but Chapter 4 of The Legend of Jamie Roberts will be ending soon. Once it ends, it's going to go on a hiatus. During that hiatus period, I'm going to launch a Kickstarter. That Kickstarter is to get chapters 1 through 4 of The Legend of Jamie Roberts into a trade paperback. There's going to be some bonus content in there as well. So stay tuned for updates on that, because that will be coming in the next month. I can't really think of anything else. Oh, I've mentioned a few times on my blog that I'm working on publishing a short story compilation by my friend Sean, because Sean makes really good horror and paranormal short stories, and I wanted to help him get those to print. Stay tuned for news on that as well. We're looking to get that in print in the next couple of months. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. So just, Linktree/Kelsey D. There's lots of outlets to help keep up with every bit of news. The most condensed version is going to be my email newsletter, though. Woohoo! I look forward to it. Yes. I look forward to sharing all of this stuff once it gets out there. There's just been a lot going on. So, I'm glad that I could sit with you with this live stream and make this piece of art. Look at how pretty this art is. Oh my gosh. I can't get over it. I can't get over how pretty this is. Oh, I haven't been this happy with an art piece since I worked on the Forest Spirit. Oh, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh. I know the joke with artists online is, oh, I make something and then I'm absolutely not pleased with it at all. But I love this. I love this piece. I love how it turned out. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna stop gushing. I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'm gonna get a victory cup of tea. Incidentally, not a sponsor, but Dollar Tea Club has some really good tea selections. I got the first package from them last week, I think. Time is irrelevant, but I got my first package from them, and I got 3 tea samples from them. I really like their blend called Cookies and Cream. It is delicious. It's a black tea mix. Pro tip: if you're going to drink it with some cream, not too much, but add some cream to it. But the Cookies and Cream tea mix from Dollar Tea Club is really, really good. Congratulations. That's a stretch. That's you need to leave that pun behind, my dude. Just my goodness. All right, that's all I could think of for today. Find all of my links at Linktree/Kelsey D. See what you did, Carlos? You're making me wrap this up. But yeah, find me on Linktree. I'm available for commissions. Check it out at Coffee. All of my commission rates and samples are there. Don't you heart me. No, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time, wherever you find me on the internet. Thank you for watching again. You are awesome.